Hey, what's going on? It's Rick here, and today I'll be showing you the Sony CyberShot RX10 Mark II. As we take a look at the side of the package here, we'll get into the box in just a moment here. I'm not going to talk about all the specifics on this camera, so you'll want to take a look in the description of the video to where you can pick it up, as well as get all of those details. But a few highlights: it is using a 1-inch type sensor. This has a constant f2.8 aperture. It has also got a 3-inch tiltable screen. It's going to shoot in 4K for up to 29 minutes. Of course, you can also shoot in full HD 1080p. And the nice thing, it will shoot up to 1,000 frames per second for ultra slow motion. It's pretty incredible. As we spin the box around and look on the other side, you're going to see some optional accessories made by Sony for this camera. Of course, you can use others as well. From batteries to external battery chargers to a jacket case, a flash, as well as a shotgun microphone. And by the way, they also offer an XLR input for the hot shoe on this camera. There's a number of accessories which I really like because it expands your capabilities with this camera. Let's go ahead and crack open the box here. So we're going to spin it around. There's no seal on it. We're just going to pull on the tab that you see right here and then open up the box. On the inside, we are naturally going to find a plethora of information, and it all begins with the limited warranty that you see right on top here. Next up, we've got a Wi-Fi connection one-touch NFC guide. This camera does support that. Comes in a couple of languages, as you see right there. Capture One Express for Sony, some details on that. You're also going to get inside of this package some details about the many accessories that are available, and of course our manual. And it comes in a couple of different languages as well. And you can download that digitally if you like. Let's go ahead and pull open the second area of this box. And this is where the camera is going to be housed. It is firmly seated inside of the box, so it's a little bit of a snug fit, and that's good. It's not going to shift around in shipping or anything like that. So we'll pull it aside and take a look at what else is included in the box before we come back to the camera itself. In the smaller chamber, we're going to open this up, and this is where we'll find all of the different accessories that are included in this package. And it all begins with a wall charger. So remember, you cannot charge the battery outside of the camera, at least not with what you get inside of the box. So they give you a wall charger, and you can see the prongs that hide away for travel, and you've got USB down below as well. Let's go ahead and continue to look in here and see what we'll find. We've got our battery. This is the Sony Info Lithium battery that you see right here. So that is included. And as we take a look around the battery itself, this one is model number NPFW50. So you may wish to pick up a few extra batteries or a grip if you need extra power. You're also going to get included in the box a shoulder or neck strap that's branded RX10, not RX10 Mark II, just RX10. But nonetheless, with a camera like this, I know I'll be using the shoulder or neck strap. And then, of course, here is that cable that I told you about. It's going to plug into the wall adapter on one end, and then on the other end into the camera to charge up the battery. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera itself. And as I mentioned, it comes wrapped in this black sort of bag here. So we're going to undo that and set it aside. And then inside of that, you'll have not only the camera, but a lens hood that is seated in there with bubble wrap. And we'll come back to this guy in just a moment here, but it's nice to have that in the package for sure. And here's the camera. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about all of these buttons and explain them and do things like that. We'll do that in a future video, but I do want to show you up close how it looks. There's that hot shoe, and it has a cover on it, so you just remove it. And then above it is a flash, integrated flash. Here are all the buttons. And then, as I mentioned, we've got our tiltable 3-inch screen. Now, this is not going to go forward facing. It kind of goes down and it goes up and it extends out. If you need it to go forward facing, you will use they've got an iOS and an Android app that allow you to control the camera in both photo and video mode to frame and shoot and zoom. Very, very cool. As we take a look around the camera on this side, we've got our input for microphone as well as headphone monitoring, which is a very nice feature to have here. So that's what that's going to look like. And then we've got our multi as well as HDMI inputs or ports right here along the side. So we have access to charge up as well as utilize the HDMI capability of the camera. Down below you can see what it looks like, and there's where you're going to pop in a tripod or whatever it might be, nicely centered here. And then there is our battery compartment. Taking a look around the other side, this is where you're going to insert your memory cards, and it will accept, I believe it's the Memory Stick Pro Duo. We'll have to look in the description for the specifics on that, as well as the SDXC, SDHC cards. So you'll be able to utilize those. And you need to get the right one if you want to shoot in the 4K 100 megabit. It's got a tag attached, and you can see what that looks like here. It's also going to give you some specifics about the sensor. It does shoot stills in 20.2 megapixels and in multiple formats. And as I mentioned, 4K capabilities, a OLED true finder, that multi-interface shoe, 40 times super slow-mo, and a few other details as well. And then a few other things along the front side of the camera that I won't get into here. Let's go ahead and remove the lens cap, and we will take a look at the lens. It is a Carl Zeiss lens, and absolutely beautiful. 62 millimeters along the front side. If you want to attach a filter or a protector, you can certainly do that. And then as we come back to the lens hood, I'm just going to remove the lens cap here as I put that lens hood on. Very easy to do. It's just going to follow the guides that are lining up with the lens and the lens hood, and you're just going to twist it on, and that's really all there is to it. And then you can basically kind of twist it until it snaps in place just like that. Let's get our lens cap. You can see what this looks like along the top, along the front, and then we're just going to simply put this back in place as you see it right there. And so with the lens cap back on place, you'll see what this looks like. And again, it's a really nice feeling to the camera. Magnesium alloy body, and you can see that we can even turn the click on or off for that. I believe it's the focus ring or the aperture ring. So that basically if you're filming video, you don't get that clicking noise. A really nice feature to have here. So there is a ton to this camera, and it is just really beautiful. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see how it works out and see if it may be something that replaces my current Canon XA10. It is the Sony RX10 Mark II. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, leave them down below or hit me up on Twitter. And as always, I'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody.